Bates puts it, can get there through SSG.
The last time we were here at the Copper Box Arena, Middle East were not even a thought, and now they're here playing for top 3 against the might of Space Station.
That's win all Falcons, but we know SSG's confident going into this matchup. Time to see if they've really broken down the gameplay. You see the ball right in front of the net. It's going to be Ahmed, though, who will clear it away before the danger gets in.
We heard them talk at the desk about the strategy for Space Station Gaming, how maybe they're going to try and muddle things up just a little bit as TRK gliding through the air to the backboard. There's Ahmad, and he just missed across the goal line, but it's O'Khalid right there who's kind of going to have a target on his back, Yummy, as they really want to take him off his game.
Then you take him out, you've still got TRK and Ahmad, who have been absolute fire this tournament.
Well, it's TRK beaten here by Daniel, who leads the team in scoring. Almost got an assist, but the save by Ahmad, the clear by TRK.
But you're seeing the offensive pressure coming out from Space Station Gaming. They're not afraid to get in front, and you can see the aggressiveness as well. Maybe that bump and play style might mess up Falcons, who are normally used to having space in the midfield.
Look at Reynolds go, he's going around the corner over and over again, looking for these demos. Team Falcons have to watch out.
Yeah, Reynolds is going to be a menace. He's got a lot of work to do in this series in particular. He steals more boosts than anybody else in the tournament. Over 6 big boosts stolen per game. And that's just astronomical when you think the next guy is well under 5.5. He has been a real pest to play against in the first couple of days.
And that's all about setting up Laniel, the young gun. He's the player for SSG, but it's Reynolds who's going to sneak it in.
It was only a matter of time. Every time Space Station Gaming move upfield to get closer and closer. Daniel to Reynolds. You see Khaled trying to make the touch out, but he puts it into his own net. That's that Space Station pressure.
Reynolds and Daniel involved in yet another scoring play. Now 17 of the 18 goals between those two. And now TRK trying to go up against Arsenal. Good luck. He's been phenomenal with a bucket load of assists. May have another one lined up here with Daniel throwing one downfield. Arsenal trailing in behind the play. Reynolds coming in as well, and TRK there to meet him. Ahmad gonna have a look with options behind him. And he dropped one down on target, but easily cleared by Daniel.
Just a couple of aerial chances. Space Station, though, challenging early, ensuring there's not enough room for a change of direction on that ball, and that's making it easier to defend.
You're seeing the bumps come out. That one TRK takes out Arsenal, but Arsenal will be back in time. Doesn't seem like it's so easy for Falcons to really get shot plays set up that well, as a lot of work has been met. But here's Ahmed, free shot, and it's in!
Sniped by Ahmed. That is an absolute perler. Right over the defender, free space for him. Goodbye, Daniel.
The leading scorer in this match, and Daniel just thought he might be able to catch up with his shot. No contest, tie game.
If there's anyone who has placement, it's going to be Ahmed, and we have seen that so many times throughout the career. But to look at TRK as well, so much freedom, and Falcons with so much ball control, that shot will go straight to Arsenal. He's going to grab some control here and try to move things out, but we're under 2 minutes left in this game. Pass out there, Khaled will play it low. 50-50, SSG just really have to be careful. You see Daniel being third man back. He has to be prepared to hold off on this Falcons.
This is shaping up to be a very close game, and that may advantage the very experienced squad of Space Station, especially at Winter, how long they were able to hold out at every game. When the demos came out, they were able to throw off their opponents. We do head to that 1 minute 40 mark.
Just about 100 seconds remaining in a tie ball game, just the way we all kind of figured it would go. Not much separates Falcons and Space Station on paper or on the pitch. Lob up to Ahmad, and he just could not clear the way. O'Khalid never got a shot off here, but here's TRK, who alongside Ahmad, both shooting over 40% coming into this matchup. You know when the ball's on their hood, you got a high degree of difficulty trying to stop. And Daniel let it go by. Ahmad punishes.
You can't miss reads like that against Team Falcons. They'll punish you every time. Ahmad playing the miss, and it's an open net for him.
And on a stage like this, Daniel is shaking in his boots, but it's not over yet. Still plenty of time here for Space Station if they want to bring it back.
Well, Reynolds will have to take this from his own back line by design. Now Daniel up against TRK. Two of the younger stars of the RLCS going head-to-head, but there's Ahmad there to the rescue. Now Reynolds right at TRK, trying to play into space, and he got over Daniel, so Arsenal's got to continue the play now, as he has Reynolds all the way across, but he won't get this cleanly, and Ahmad breathing down his neck. Reynolds least out of the corner, and TRK with another powerful clear sends SSG back to the drawing board.
40 seconds for Space Station. They're looking for that counterattack. They have players pushing forward, but they can't quite connect on those passes before the intercepts come through from Falcons.
You see Reynolds though trying to see if they can catch him off guard. Daniel up early, the shot straight to TRK, and it'll be cleared away. They have to make the most of these drives, as right now Arsenal low 50, but no one there to follow up. Time ticking down in game one.
15 seconds for SSG to play a little bit of defense and turn it into offense. Daniel with the decoy play, leave that for Arsenal. Countdown going on now. Reynolds waiting patiently. No panic yet for SSG, but now they got to throw the house. Arsenal with a good challenge. TRK and O'Khaled will send this over to the side, and Reynolds barely kept it in the air, but could not break past Ahmad. Arsenal barely keeps it alive. TRK to kill it, and Falcons take game one.
History is it gonna continue? Can Falcons keep charging forward? They take game one.
They take game one, but SSG put up a tough fight. Couple of saves coming out there from Arsenal and Daniel. You could see on the offensive drives what they wanted to do. Out-pressure Falcons, make them uncomfortable in their own half. Get some bumps and demos, the SSG play style. But Falcons so good at controlling the ball and playing it around that for them, all it took was just getting their opportunities. They get the scores late, and they're able to hold on.
They were never able to really take O'Khaled out of the game. He was always consistently there. And then you've got Ahmad and TRK pushing up, being ready to receive any touch that's going to come out of the defense. Space Station as well. A couple of mistakes in the defense that cost them.
So Ahmad leading the way with his 5 shots. Deadly accuracy a couple of times. Did get a gift on one of those goals. How do you not absolutely fall in love with this going on behind us and all around the Copper Box Arena? It is so good to be back.
That's right.
I can't emphasize enough how important that is. MENA haven't had their own land. This is the closest thing. London is the closest thing they can get to a home crowd.
But now both teams have an entire arena watching.
I don't know how they propose to keep the noise out of their ears. It is deafening at times inside the Copper Box Arena, but then kind of a hushed silence falls over the crowd as we go to Aquadome for game 2, and the tension is there as this is ricocheted away. A great opportunity for Falcons on the doorstep, but now TRK has to start from square one.
We keep seeing over and over again how cool Falcons are under pressure. They'll go for a fake, they're communicating well, they'll let the ball go behind to one of their teammates because they're not afraid of having to rush.
That comfortability for Falcons is very important here. The ability to stay locked in. You start to look at SSG, you want to see that from Daniel. Daniel's definitely had some great carries upfield, but sometimes those final shots haven't been on. Pass, Khaled, TRK, oh, it's off the post!
That will not help the old shooting percentage, usually incredibly reliable, but not this time. The SSG defense catches a huge, huge break. TRK doesn't make contact this time, and that will be dished off to the corner, where SSG finally gets the reprieve they very much needed. Drop down to Arsenal, intercepted by O'Khaled.
Reynolds looking for those demos on the attack, and it seems what they have to do against a team like Falcons. The defense has been strong, the midfield has been strong. Space Station aren't able to hold strong or long amounts of attack against them, so they have to make one big play.
See Arsenal going in and out, just trying to get these demos, trying to slow down Falcons, trying to give Daniel some room here. Daniel also with the card change coming in, but that being said, keep an eye out on him. If he starts to feel comfortable and enabled, this could send SSG to a new level.
That's the advantage as well of Falcons going so fast. It does make them more elusive, harder to demo, harder to find for Space Station. And they may have to change up their playstyle a little bit here. They want to really take control of the game.
Huge bump there by TRK. It looked like Falcons might have given up possession deep in their own territory to Space Station, but that timely bump intercepts the play, and SSG are still left wondering, how can they break through this staunch Falcons defense? Ahmad with a bump, and Reynolds to the rescue, keeping this game scoreless for now.
It's a close game. Daniel, flip reset off the
Oh.
back wall. TRK sends it to the side. Reynolds is there, and Arsenal has to get boost, so this play is going to try to drop down. But now Falcons, looking for a counterattack, will send it to Daniel, and things will settle here. But you got to think for SSG, they have to make the most out of some of these drives. They've been coming up a little bit too short.
They haven't been able to get it, but neither have Team Falcons. Ahmad looking for the opportunities, and it feels like Daniel at the other end is the one to create those chances, but now Arsenal, we saw him in the winter split step up massively in the group stage. He could also be the one here to make the difference.
And it's his physical play that has to shine here for SSG. He's been brilliant with the bumps and demos, in particular demolitions though. Comes in second in the tournament, only behind, of course, Kong for demolitions per game. Here's Ahmad, just trying to launch Khalid downfield, who hasn't done a lot of scoring, but he does here! Bounce it in! Falcons strike first again!
This is the team play that has brought them on this stage. Beautiful carry from Khalid. He does it all in the air.
This is Khaled's first land, or is it his 100th land? Khaled is going big.
TRK looking for more. This could be a dangerous spot for Space Station. Good ball into space, still almost netward. That is a great solo effort by one of the best solo players in the game. He's up for more too. My goodness, is there anywhere he's not yummy?
Yeah, they're everywhere. Team Falcons have had so many chances on the attack. Every time they're crossing it up, they have somebody ready. Even now, an accidental pitch is going to go in their favor and almost finds the net.
My thing is, for this Falcons team, you look how they're not afraid to send these passes out. They pass out in transition. These has been so efficient for them, despite SSG trying to demo. As Khalid trying to get around Arsenal. Good touch. He gets demo for that, but buys Reynolds enough time. And it just seems like they swarm Space Station Gaming. There's a minute left, and SSG are playing from behind.
Just 1 minute left. That's all it takes for Space Station.
They have not had any
stop
success
that!
stopping Khalid, and they've had less success stopping TRK!
Damn! He is absolutely disgusting. It's automatic. Off the backboard, lower left corner. Falcons are here.
He could do that in his sleep, Daz.
Falcons double their lead. They show no signs of relenting. And now Daniel got to try and figure out how to breach midfield, which has just not happened for SSG. They've had so few quality looks. TRK to the backboard. Reynolds lets it go, and fortunately for SSG, they at least maintain a sliver of hope here at the end of game 2.
Every time the ball's near the net, you're thinking, Falcons, don't do it to him again.
They've got everything going. The momentum in the game, the crowd on their side, and also the clock in game 2. Final 15 seconds, and it just looks like there's no way this one gets away from them. SSG have one more drive. You see Daniel, he doesn't have the read. The clear out doesn't matter. Ball's gonna hit the ground. Falcons take game 2.
They are up 2-0. They don't just have the crowd behind them, they have the spirit of every minor region backing this team. No minor region has ever made a top 3 before.
Minor region. That is a term that is going to be obsolete
by
the end of
It's
not just
already
this
gone.
season, by the end of this event. And we've got the word Space Station has taken a timeout, and a well-taken timeout here, because all the momentum is squarely, as you can hear, on the side of Team Falcons.
That right there, that along with the gameplay that you're seeing on the screen, sometimes that can be too much. We've seen SSG break down, and for Chrome, this is a big timeout. They got to be able to neutralize it. He has to be able to lock these boys in if they want to have any chance in this series.
They have been able to do it. V1 in the winter major. They did in the lower bracket against Moist as well. They made late series comebacks. They are an incredibly smart team. They know how to adapt. But I don't think the demo plays are going to be the answer. What do they do?
It's really just about neutralizing things in the air, playing that midfield game, cutting out those passes. They have to be fast. We've seen them when they're on their own drives upfield. They can get to the ball much more quicker sometimes in some challenges, but when it comes to Falcons, they have a really good way of managing the pace of game. They can see when SSG are low on boost, and they take full advantage of it.
Chrome has called the Falcon squad a familiar matchup. He says he sees this matchup constantly. Another counterattack team in North America. But now, maybe the best coach in the game, at least for my money, has to find a way to bring his team back from the brink of relegation to the lower bracket. And if anybody can, I have full faith in Chrome's ability to do so.
Chrome Day 1 as well was that hype man when everybody felt down, when no one was truly cheering. He brought him up, and I think that's going to be huge for Daniel. He looks like he's lacking a bit of confidence right now. And look at them go.
I love this. This is a familiar one for you too, Yummy. A lot of support for Team Falcons. SSG trying to rally as well.
Oh, God. The entire stadium is shaking.
It is actually shaking. You can feel the rumble under our feet. This is absolutely incredible. I know this. We talked this arena up so much when the word got out there we're coming back to London. It has absolutely delivered. And now Reynolds is trying to deliver with a solo effort off the kickoff, but nothing doing there as Ahmad shut him down. And that's got to be the problem for SSG too. It's got to be a team effort to get by SSG because there is nobody that can outplay anybody on Falcons.
See if the timeout worked. You saw a pass play almost connect there from Space Station. They come out the gate swinging a bit. The first few minutes is going to be very important to see if they've been able to kind of lock back in. Otherwise, this series could be over for him. Here's Arsenal in the air. Low play. Reynolds followed. That's also a block from Ahmad. He's almost like a wall. Daniel trying to do it all. Gets a touch, but Khaled has to read.
It's already looking a lot better for Space Station. They're not just hitting the ball towards the defense. They're taking some more time. They're keeping the possession, and that's what allowed Daniel there to make a slower play.
Oh, Daniel trying here. Oh, he got the shot through, but the defense altered the shot just enough, and he couldn't get it cleanly on target. So now Ahmad, given all day to play this ball out of the zone. Left down for Daniel to the backboard. TRK right there, and more importantly, no clear rebound.
Look how far back Falcons are sitting as well, and this could be a bit of a disaster if they are willing to push forward. They may feel too confident with this 2-game lead. They need to keep that aggression up.
I mean, you see them though, even when they're uncomfortable reads, they're always able to make a little bit of contact with the ball. Just being able to make contact is going to make Space Station a little bit more hesitant up the field. That being said, Space Station have had all the pressure in this opener.
That's one of the most underestimated part of their mechanics. They're not just thinking about this current touch. They're thinking about where they can land, where they can recover, where they can hit the ball to as well.
Oh, Daniel barely getting a piece of that. His shot just a little off, and Khaled had the stop on the near side anyways. Now Reynolds stuffed by Khaled again. And that's been the problem too. For Falcons, they've made multiple stops in a row. 2 attackers have come for SSG, and neither's had any success. TRK got a piece of this. Open opportunity, and Arsenal scores his first of the series.
You can see the play building. Once Daniel picked up the mid boost, it's a perfect bounce. Falcons, for the first time, look uncomfortable. Double backflips as Arsenal puts it in the top right.
They're in England. They got their teacups out and they had a picnic in net. Space Station had run rings around them. They didn't know what to do.
See now, Space Station, have they figured things out coming off the timeout? You see Arsenal looking very comfortable on that drive. And again, they continue to keep up that offensive pressure. Falcons have been stuck in their own half for almost half a game.
This is insane. Nobody does that to Falcons. No one in their own region, no one throughout this weekend have been able to pin the Falcons for as long as Space Station have. And they're doing it again, it looks like.
Halfway mark of a game that just you feel like mentally SSG absolutely must win. TRK over towards Khaled. Khaled, no other options. Easy stop by Daniel over to Reynolds, and more importantly, to a teammate and to an intentional play deep in SSG territory. We've seen Space Station get a little panicky in defense. Just kind of throw the ball, hoping somebody can get into it. Oh, this sneaks its way through, and Daniel gets a cheeky second goal.
You're absolutely right. Just sneaks past. Khaled gets a mistouch. You can see TRK tries to get there in time. Everyone tries to make contact with the ball, but Space Station have found a way in. They found the secret.
And we know Arsenal, the leader of these comebacks, he got a sneaky little touch on Khaled that threw everyone on Falcons off.
SSG, it feels though like a couple times they've gotten gifts to get into this series. Now they got to actually capitalize and maintain this advantage. Reynolds missed this one. The shot from Ocala, no good, and the follow-up from TRK wide as well. Golden opportunity not converted this time for Falcons, and now it's Team Falcons starting to fall apart just a little bit late in game 3.
They can't get the shots they're looking for them. They go wide, they go high, and that's because Space Station have been keeping them so locked out that they're desperate for the best shot possible. None of it sticking.
Oh, Reynolds, ooh, he tried to turn for that one in time. Uncharacteristic whiffs from Falcons when they're in the upper third, and time ticking down. Can they make something happen? Ahmad, slow play, shot, top right, it's in! They bring it within 1.
He is Ahmad. He will roar. Team Falcons will not sit down, and he's brought them back into this game with a sneaky little fake.
Just a little hesitation, all it takes to throw off SSG, and suddenly it's a game again. Ahmad right through Daniel like he wasn't even there as Arsenal has to play that out to the side. TRK waiting, and he does not commit too far. He realizes there's plenty of time on the clock as TRK now going to come up here as O'Khalid rotates out. Waiting, trying to hit Ahmad in the middle, not there. Now O'Khalid will find Ahmad to tie the game!
He's a miracle! Thank you, Ahmad! Falcons, did you believe they bring him back?
He does it again and again. How many times does he have to show you who he is?
15 goals in the major. None bigger than that one to tie up game 3. And he almost got by Arsenal again, but another opportunity, 2-on-1, and still the Falcons defense holds. And again, all the momentum from the squad from Saudi Arabia as Ahmad will play this out to the wing. And Arsenal right there to meet him. A rare win for Arsenal. And now we will pause things here with 19 seconds. Oh, high drama here at the copper box. 19 seconds separating us from overtime in game 3.
You can tell it's getting a little controversial here in the copper box. A lot of people are trying to figure out what happened there as we have 19 seconds left. We got word controller disconnect here, and now we are going
all
to have...
times.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't script this any better.
The magical moment it all builds.
It's a mental fortitude test now for these teams. You have that high intensity right down to the closing seconds, and now you come back with, all right, kickoff, 19 seconds, and you've got overtime looming, and who knows how long that could last here in game 3.
And now you really got to think about it, because like you said, this is the game after Space Station have taken the timeout.
Yep.
It felt like earlier on in this game, they had Falcons figured out, but you've all talked about it. They've been such a strong counter-attacking team. Ahmad only needs 1 or 2 good looks, and we've seen him every time he has a look. He's made the most of it. Now, as things are all equalized here, the question is, who's going to come away with this one?
Well, maybe a disadvantage there for Falcons because they were the ones that came out of nowhere, scored those 2 goals back to back, and I think Space Station would have felt a bit rocky, so maybe a little bit glad to have a bit of time to relax and go back to a kickoff.
Well, if you're just joining us, first of all, where have you been? It's okay, we forgive you. You've missed not quite a classic yet, but SSG threatening to make this a bit of a series. It's been Ahmad that has led the way for Falcons. 4 goals and an assist, 3 assists and a goal for O'Khalid. TRK has added a goal for Team Falcons. And Space Station Gaming struggling to get going, but they seem to have at least turned the corner at the start of game 3.
Can we just talk about Ahmad for a second?
Sure, let's talk all about Ahmad.
They were out. Space Station had absolutely dominated Team Falcons through this game. All the possession was theirs.
Pressure, everything.
And then Ahmad single-handedly switches it all around.
He just needed 1 play. You saw him do it all by himself. Then you saw his team start feeding him the ball, feed the hot hand. That's what works. But now with 19 seconds left in a kickoff here, things can swing one way or another.
Don't give Ahmad any space. Space Station were going over Khalid. Maybe they change up their plan. Maybe they start the demos towards Ahmad. The crowd's ready. Are you guys ready at home?
Here we go. 19 seconds.
Oh, that's a good kickoff.
Incredibly important kickoff for both sides.
Challenge.
Led with the lead, and Daniel with the save. SSG tested immediately. And now a sudden countdown for overtime in game 3. Ahmad, one more time. No, we go to OT.
What a scary passenger play for Space Station. Right off the kickoff, straight in their own back half, but another kickoff goes in their favor this time.
Back-to-back kickoffs here. This one definitely favoring SSG. You see Daniel with the short touch, and just gives the ball to TRK. Now SSG, they have a chance here. They're set up to work. You see Arsenal, quick shot in, but this one will go and finally get cleared out.
Wait. And he just could not convert. Arsenal got in the way. Follow up here. There's nobody diving in. So Reddles will pound one downfield, and TRK sure-handed at the back has the easy play, but now Reddles, quick turn, up to the backboard against O'Khalid. Demo comes through, but it's popped away off of Arsenal, and Daniel has to stay back.
It almost looked like the unlikely culprit of Reddles would be the one to finish Team Falcons, but they keep managing to hold on. Space Station getting creative here. Look like they might be able to get those chances if they can just get another shot towards net.
Ahmad has been just impossible to deal with for Space Station Gaming. And now O'Khalid, met by Reddles. We're just one awkward touch, one big-time 50 away from this game and maybe series turning on its head. Ahmad couldn't get by Reddles. O'Khalid now back to TRK, who tried to take his time. And now Ahmad given no quarter at all. But TRK back to O'Khalid. His shot saved by Reddles.
Oh man, it's so scary here for Space Station. They're trying to manage the play, but Falcons, they're passing it back and forth between each other. Even when getting demoed, they are continuing to go all in on the play. And the fact that they connect so well means SSG have to watch every single angle. Their heads are on a swivel right now.
Ahmad, he's playing the biggest series of his life, and he is willing to fake in front of the opponent's net over and over again. It hasn't quite paid off yet, but it has.
2v1.
Space. TRK, he's got Ahmad into bot. Daniel,
there's a bump.
makes a save.
Oh my gosh, it goes through! An answered prayer! Nobody could keep it out, and Falcons are on match point!
It's a light touch, but it's just enough for Falcons. They go all in on the drive, and it pays off massively for them.
How big are their brains? TRK and Ahmad working as a unit. O'Khalid gets the clear at Space Station. They had all three members back, but they couldn't find the touch.
You can hear them all through Olympic Park from here. Unbelievable. The crowd fully behind Team Falcons, who are 5 minutes away from a shot at V1 and a shot at history, being the first team to confirm a top 4 finish since Chiefs. When you talk about non-NA and EU teams.
The fashion that they're doing it in is remarkable. They're set to take a sweep on SSG. Even with the pauses, even with the tactical timeouts, they continue to dominate. And this is why those boys are trouble.
I still can't believe Ahmad gets that bump on Daniel as he's trying to get it. It looked perfectly fine. It looked like Daniel had made the biggest save of his life.
I know.
The fact that he went for the bump is remarkable in itself. He could have just tried to put a shot on and said, no, let's make this as open as possible. It pays off so big.
It's almost starting to feel like our top 2 players in the world right now are from Sam and Mina, Yanks and Ahmad.
Ahmad is making a very strong case for MVP. Almost added another there, but here goes Arsenal with Reddles downfield. And again, Reddles couldn't get the bump, but it doesn't matter. Arsenal scores.
We've seen this play before when SSG's backs are against the wall. Reddles hunting. He makes the contact this time, and Arsenal wins the 50.
Space Station, they're the 1 out of 3 matches they were able to get the reverse sweep. If anybody could do it, it'll be Space Station.
Oh boy, it is a long, arduous road to get there. A save made by TRK as Daniel has to retreat. Arsenal trying to go underneath, and now here come Falcons. Breaking out in formation again. Oh, Khaled just missed wide. TRK immediately ties the game.
They respond just as efficiently. Look at the infield pass. Had the entire Space Station defense jumping. TRK with the equalizer, and just like that, this game's back on.
Free flip gang adds a member, and they add a member at land. Oh, Khaled, again, he has not been able to get a heartbreak throughout the season, but maybe not anymore. Space Station almost finds one.
Yeah, but now you gotta watch the counterattack. TRK denied right at the goal line by Reynolds.
This is fierce.
It's unbelievable to see the amount of offensive mechanics, to see the output of constant pressure, to see SSG. They can barely get a moment to breathe before it's back into their own
Watch out, Arsenal. You've got a rocket coming at you. Team Falcons won't stop. This is unbelievable, the amount of tag coming from both teams.
Arsenal gonna try it himself. Got a piece of TRK, and there's no follow-up shot. Oh, a big whiff in front. A costly one at that for SSG, and they don't convert on the second opportunity either.
That hurts for SSG.
It does. Seeing that drive, they could have definitely made the most of Reynolds and made some contact there. They're still giving it their all on offense. You can see again just the layout. There's Daniel trying to get the bump out, but no lack of follow-up to apply pressure. It's clear all the way into the midfield for Falcons. And with that space, look at it, they're all regained and boosted. They're back at it.
I mean, it's easy to say, okay, just go after Hamad. He's having the series of his life. The problem is, Khaled's been the one that's been setting the table for Team Falcons. You have to cut the play off before it begins. That's SSG's strategy coming in. This time they do get the demo on Hamad, but they still don't get any forward momentum. They took out Hamad, they took out TRK. They're both back in the play, and nothing got anywhere close to the net.
This is just proof of why it's so strong to have 3 mechanical players on Falcon. Space Station against any team would be doing so well with these demos, but you take out 1, 2 more are replacing.
No timeouts. No more games to give. Halfway through game 4. Can SSG come up with magic? Can they stop a Team Falcons that just seems like they won't quit? Ball on the goal line. Khaled can't make it there in time.
Here goes Hamad again, but this time met by Reynolds, and you can tell SSG straightening up a little bit in their chairs and getting a lot more proactive when Hamad's anywhere near the ball. Reynolds trying to keep this play in. Looking for heads, finding none. Daniel will center, but TRK has this one lined up, and another clear from the youngster.
SSG's defense has been clutch. They are going to hold on even longer as they go for more shots towards the net. Daniel circling and providing that pressure to make sure Khaled can't get an easy clear, an easy counterattack. They continue, and a clear does come eventually for Falcons.
Another game hurtling perilously close to overtime. TRK gonna take his time, doesn't have much in the tank, but he'll still try and dance around Reynolds. Arsenal waiting at the back. Reynolds lobbing one in, easy stop by Khaled, but it's the second and third chance opportunities. You gotta worry about Reynolds going after TRK, chased him halfway up the wall and still could not make contact.
This feels like for SSG, they're trying their best to not come in, but you see Daniel, not enough room to be solo. Reynolds though with the shot, it's in! SSG take the lead!
They are relentless, the demos, the shots, and eventually it had to open up. Reynolds pushing that through as hard as he possibly could.
Could not come at a better time for SSG, but now they got to hold on for just over a minute to try and prolong this series, prolong their life in the upper bracket. Here's Hamad, who's certainly got other plans, nearly on target, and Daniel will sweep it out of harm's way.
Defense from Space Station is so clutch right now, but isn't it Hamad?
What a save!
They still are going. TRK looking for the shot as well. 40 seconds left here for Team Falcons.
Team Falcons again with that pressure. Like you said, they won't quit until that time hits 0. And for SSG, they have to hold on here. Daniel with some free space, but no boost. So going to try to get the 50 out. Looking at the boost side for SSG, they've been low here for so much. They haven't been able to get any control over the game. But as long as they can stop Falcons from scoring, they continue to play on in the upper bracket.
Falcons trying to hold SSG at bay. and keep their hopes of a sweep alive. Final opportunity here. The communication not on point for Falcons on that effort. Daniel got a piece of this, and we will see at least a 5th game.
We've seen this before from SSG. We've seen them fight back tooth and nail. Look a little bit dicey on the start of the reverse sweep, but they are a team all about that momentum.
Exactly, and this is why that's such a big win for them, because it felt like all the momentum was against them going into this game.
It was.
Especially the way that they were able to perform. I mean, you see Arsenal come alive. That's a huge sign for the team. And then just to see them, even when Falcons strike back, continuing, it was a battle, push-pull, mechanic, the demo plays, all the bumps that we end up seeing on both sides of the field were absolutely insane. But for Space Station Gaming here now, as they get one more game, you gotta think this is probably the best position they've been in.
They are playing a bit of a dangerous game, letting Falcons have shot after shot, and you know how powerful they can be, but they're also drawing Falcons closer to their net. That allows them to be more in that position for those demos that we obviously see successfully panning out for them in this game.
We see these games very early on threatening to become Wild West shootouts, and then the defenses settle in. Fortunately, this time for Space Station, they got theirs before the Falcons clamped down defensively. But now they've got to do it again. A 5th game, Wasteland, the backdrop, as we see if SSG can prolong things any further. Ahmad, waterfall down, and Daniel's right there. He's got all day to play it.
The kickoffs have worked well for Falcons. They are often getting a bit of pressure on, but it can turn around in an instant. Arsenal gets goal 1.
I expected them to get a touch out on the side of Falcons, but I didn't expect it to go on the back of the net. Beautiful shot from Arsenal, forcing the defense to make that error.
Arsenal had only 1 goal in the first day. Those 2 matches that got SSG to this point. He's got 3 in this series, and he leads the team in scoring now. Oh, Khalid, kind of an awkward play. Arsenal there to meet him. Now here's Reynolds, taking his chances up against TRK. Now Arsenal lob one in, and that's easily dealt with by Ahmad. Here come Falcons, who have answered quickly, time and time again, when SSG scores early.
Ahmad is looking for his chances too. He loves going off the roof. If he has that extra time on the ball, you know he can both go for a flip reset or fake it out.
Oh, that's in! That's in! No way! They picked the pockets! Falcons push too far forward, and they pay the price of the clear.
Team Falcons bit off more than they could chew with that one at Space Station. They're looking on cloud 9 right now.
Manual chance as SSG open up a 2-goal lead. Now out of the corner, TRK and O'Khalid working their way downfield with Ahmad already forward. Just could not get by Arsenal, and Arsenal just seems to be playing with kind of renewed energy now into this 5th game.
Yeah, they have a great start, but this is going to be a long 4 minutes for Space Station Gaming. We've seen Falcons surge late. They're going to have to keep up this pace of play.
They were able to make the 2-goal comeback before, led by Ahmed. 3 minutes 40 is a long time. I do suspect that Space Station will keep the pressure forward, will keep on the attack, not give Falcons too much more room on that ball.
Arsenal easily dealt with Daniel all the way over on the side. They let him take a lot of time and space to set this play up, but here come Falcons again, only as far as Reynolds. Waiting for someone to blink now near the middle stages of Game 5. SSG firmly in control, trying to get us to Neo Tokyo. And TRK will try and launch a counterattack. It's just not there. Ahmad was so far downfield. Reynolds now to Arsenal, and they just don't have the connection.
This is good for Space Station Gaming, though. They're building up the confidence as they move upfield. You can see it. Reynolds is taking more solo plays. Arsenal's getting involved as well. They're starting to leave it for each other. Falcons haven't been able to manage this at all.
And I love that from Reynolds. He's able to go for the solo play. He's going for that touch that's going to just keep it away from Falcons. It doesn't require a second person from SSG. It looks like they are comfortable trying to hold on to a 2-goal lead.
You know, we see so often a team with a lead like this, they will still try and press downfield and then give the ball back to the opposition and give them multiple looks at their net. As that one just a little high and wide from O'Khalid. Here goes Arsenal, can't follow the play himself. and he couldn't get TRK either. But what we're seeing out of SSG now is they have kind of played this possession game. They're not letting Falcons get to the ball with time and space, other than here with TRK, but there's nobody there to pass to.
This looks really awkward for SSG right now. They haven't been able to get good touches. They're also low on boost at this point. Arsenal has the most. That's a huge clear to be able to get them some space, but they definitely were in danger on that drive.
Sometimes when you look awkward, though, it can lead to your advantage. It pushes your opponents too far and too fast, like Falcons have done a couple of times throughout this game, throughout this series, on the comeback from Space Station. A minute 40, we saw a very deadly Falcons early on. Not seeing the same chances coming from them.
You can tell it is a different approach from SSG with the 2-goal lead. They have stifled the Falcons' attack, and they've started to turn the crowd a little bit. I mean, they've taken the crowd out of this. You know they are waiting to erupt if TRK or Ahmad can come through here. Got the demolition. It's TRK taken off. Arsenal was taken out as well. Ahmad's shot, easily stopped by Reynolds. And now it's TRK. We'll make it a game again.
Once they activate, your defense better be ready. You saw the initial touch. He wanted to force that touch out of Reynolds. The follow-up, and TRK gets an open look and an open net. You can't give that to Falcons.
It takes all three members of the Falcons to be able to get through Space Station's defense. But that is where their push-up, their aggression, their 1-minute play may come into advantage. That's where the comeback might happen.
Just ask any G2 fan. No lead is safe in this building. Arsenal trying to add back to it, but O'Khalid at least shadowed him enough. And now Ahmad right down the middle. TRK a little late getting started, and Reynolds will dish this off. That's a great play to set up Daniel. Is pass to Reynolds, intercepted by Ahmad. And now with 33 seconds left, Team Falcons waiting for their opportunity to break out again.
Huge credit to Reynolds throughout this game. He's been going for some of the smartest touches that keep it away from Falcons, that keep the possession, that give them more chances, and that maybe score goals. Now with 20 seconds left.
This is going to be close. SSG just have to stop Falcons from getting on that counter attack. But here's TRK taking his time. Pass to Khaled. Khaled tries to play that out. TRK's in the midfield, has Ahmed in the mid, but he has to retreat. Daniel to Arsenal. Goal!
Space Station! They are going to take another, and this is a statement game. This is a game that says, yes, the comeback is real.
SSG has been in this spot plenty of times before, and I've reminded them in the past, all right, if you're gonna win one or two, you might as well win the rest of them, or don't waste our time. We're gonna see a 6th game.
Well. They got started. And is it a little too late? We have yet to find out. But Space Station Gaming, stay alive. After a very impressive game 5 from them. Again, Falcons being so limited in this game.
Yeah.
Just not as much as controlled as all. Of course, they got that one breakaway play where, you know, the entire team got involved, but they didn't have opportunities like that.
You heard Reynolds say it earlier. Team Falcons are the most mechanical team in the world. But if you looked at this game, you wouldn't believe it. Because Space Station stopping them at every touch, stopping them before they can make a single play. And Falcons have had to stretch as 3 players. That was their 1 goal.
History being what it is, SSG has done this 3 times already. Twice on LAN, and the one that wasn't was the first ever best-of-7 reverse sweep in the North American RLCS. It was this season. So Space Station Gaming in very familiar territory, going to a 6th game after dropping the first 3. Even with all that momentum against them after the Game 3 loss, we continue on.
The question is, how much more do they have left in the tank? They continue to extend and expand their leads. Game 6 is on the screen.
And how much does Falcons have left in their tank? Can they stretch? Can they make the adaptations? They haven't called the timeout.
That timeout still in the pocket of Team Falcons as Ahmad drops one to the backboard, and it's a shot that's going to be way off to the corner. Nothing netward or towards a teammate for Team Falcons. Space Station maybe let off the hook, but O'Khalid there to continue the pressure. Looking to get one more touch. Reynolds has control though, and a much needed clear out of the space station half.
Good clears out, but Falcons have been concerningly quiet.
They have.
The question is, are they starting to see some sort of frustration themselves, as it hasn't been working in terms of, they've been able to get out, but when developing the offensive plays, it hasn't been as simple as it was at the start of the series. Every time they try to go for a pass, it just gets cut out. The space station is moving the ball very well around.
Team Falcons have not been able to break down Space Station as well as they did the first 3 games of this series. Really first 3.5 games of this upper bracket semi. Reynolds now out of the corner. They got a demo, but TRK, his absence is not fatal. And now Ahmad trying to get through.
Oh.
It feels like he changes speed so often, it's almost impossible to defend on the fly.
And when he has so much space in the air, you're expecting a flip reset. That's why it works so well to fake it out, to fake out the defense. But there we go! Arsenal, baby!
T-Shaka strikes again! Off the ceiling, wastes no time shooting that past the Falcons defense. He's come alive, and so has Space Station Gaming.
It's always Daniel for Space Station, but the 2 experienced players, the 2 veterans, the 2 older players are the ones stepping up right now.
Arsenal has taken this series over for Space Station, and now Reynolds threatening to drop one in front. Khaled's got the clear, and more importantly, towards a teammate in TRK. He's got Ahmad to his right down below, and Ahmad looking to steal boost, not going to be able to, so he had to play that ball middle. And Arsenal right to Reynolds, 2-man play downfield with Daniel just waiting back. And now it's his turn to challenge TRK, and he couldn't get the ball, but got the next best thing. Stop TRK, SSG holds possession in their own zone, but they might have got stuck playing with their own food a little too much.
I don't like that from Khaled. You've seen how successful they are when they're slowing the ball down all throughout their play in this new MENA region. It has been make a fake, draw out a defender, then take the shot. But now it looks like almost they're panicking. They're taking the shot from the midfield, easy to defend.
You see that early jump too from TRK, trying to get involved as quickly as possible. Falcons are just banking on a Space Station mistake, but Space Station, as they've started to gain momentum in this series, they've also been so much more consistent on just making contact with the ball, and it's been really tough for Falcons to play off that. Got 2 minutes left here in Game 6, and for Falcons, they're going to need something here really soon. It just feels like they've been playing most of this game in their own half.
The sign of SSG playing well is that their opponents look panicked, and Team Falcons are rushing.
This will be Daniel. It looked like he might have had Reynolds as an option. Instead, Reynolds had to turn back. And Arsenal could fall right on this. Right place, right time. But as cool as that play looked, didn't really do a whole lot for SSG. The lead is still just the 1 goal. TRK in the air. Daniel there just a little bit faster. And I think that has changed significantly. TRK was faster than anybody else on SSG. Daniel has finally matched him as the series has gone on.
Look at that speed from Daniel. It's a great cut. He's straight to Arsenal. He tried to play it slow, but TRK not taking the time at all. He's playing his own game out there. Falcons are used to playing so fast.
No.
That's an uncharacteristic miss, and Reynolds will punish him for it.
Oh, Falcons, you were up 3 games. It's about to be a tied series, and a mistake like that from Ahmad shows the stakes.
And you can see the emotion.
Yep.
Hand on the head. The frustration is there. What a turn of events.
I'd say now the teams are even, right? I mean, SSG gave Falcons a couple gifts like that very early on in the series. Now it's been paid back, and are just about right back where we started. Almost tied up in the series, but still a minute left for Falcons to turn this around and change their fate.
The most clutch team in Rocket League is that Space Station Gaming right now. The team that can turn any series on its head. We're heading towards a Game 7, but Ahmad, he does not want that Game 7.
They might have to prove to you once again if they're clutch with mistakes like that. Misplay in the backfield, they get caught out, and Ahmad forces it into the open net.
Sometimes they just stall on the clutch.
Hey, so, you know, if Space Station wanted to make the series ugly, that's one thing. That looked hideous. Here we go, 38 seconds left. Reynolds Gotta recover now. That drops right to O'Khalid. And the window has been opened for Falcons to try and prevent a trip to Champions Field. TRK had a drop down in front, but Arsenal's there. Reynolds as well, and he played the low 50 to beat O'Khalid. And now it's Ahmad, full tank of boost. That kicks out to Daniel, who makes it a 2-goal game again.
Free shot. Daniel's gonna bank it every time. The young rookie comes up big when it seemed like pressure was almost on SSG.
And in your dire moments, you have Rettles. He waited on that play, waited on that 50 so he could go underneath, so he could take it all the way down. 50 it back to Daniel. Rettles is a brilliant strategist.
Well, the final countdown serenading us and leading us to Champions Field.
They try for one more, but it won't matter. Space Station Gaming, my goodness.
The home of Rocket League, we head to the home of Game 7s. Space Station have got 3 in a row, and they have looked confident, comfortable in the last 2 games.
Imagine if SSG can continue this and pull it off. An all North American upper bracket final in London.
I love that Rettles' mum, Rettles' dad are here leading the SSG army. I think they're turning the crowd as much as anything else. We are seeing the crowd start cheering SSG.
Things have shifted dramatically.
The arena feels different.
It does. No one knows what's about to happen next. But there is one thing that is certain. We have a tactical timeout on the side of Falcons.
Yes, we do. They finally burned their timeout on match point. And so, Falcons get this extra minute to recover mentally and also try and talk through what has gone wrong in the last 20 minutes or so that they have not been able to close out Space Station Gaming. Hey, I'll tell you what's gone wrong. They haven't stopped Arsenal. They accounted for Rettles. They accounted for Daniel. They kept Daniel from taking over the series as he did the first couple that SSG played. They did not have an answer for when T-Shock just decided, no, I want to win tonight.
What a combo. Arsenal and Rettles at the moment. Arsenal gets them the lead. Rettles is keeping it.
That level of performance, you gotta think, these two stepping up, it relieves so much pressure off of Daniel, who they are going to need in a situation like this.
We knew history could have been made. Now we know history will be made. Either Falcons get a top 3 or SSG get a best of 7 reverse sweep at Landon to go through to the upper bracket final.
The 2 best words in Rocket League, Champions Field.
Ooh, baby.
And we have one more game indeed to decide who faces version 1. Game 7, Falcons Space Station. Buckle up, here we go.
Let's see how the tactical timeout will fare Falcons. Can they figure things out when it's looked bleak? They've had a 3-game lead on Space Station Gaming, but they fought all the way back. As that is an open look at the net, but no one's there, and Daniel will get back in time.
The nerves are already looking high with Space Station missing that one, with Falcons not willing to push up. This is definitely a Game 7 that they care about.
Who makes the first mistake? Who makes the first play that we'll never forget? It's O'Khalid for Ahmad, and jumping into the play is Daniel. Rettles left alone at the back. He's got the clear over TRK, and then Daniel getting in O'Khalid's way up in the air. And SSG, even through the timeout, they have not slowed down on defense. They're getting plenty of looks, our Team Falcons, but nothing kind of grade A quality at SSG's net.
Feels like things have started to slow down for Space Station Gaming. Most of these games, you got to think that they've won. They've had the offensive pressure. We haven't really seen too much control or possession from them out of their own half. It's been rough as Falcons have completely turned it on for the start.
Falcons are trying to speed it up, and it is working somewhat, but at the same time, Space Station are playing up to it. They need to go for the save here, TRK, and what a save from Space Station.
Arsenal now trying to turn that defense into offense. Reynolds also into the play, but it's Falcons breaking out of the zone.
Oh,
Double no.
it's open.
O'Callaghan's there, right between the eyes. Mina's secret weapon has finally been unleashed on land.
Mina's come alive, and so is Falcons. A beautiful setup by TRK, and Khaled being the one to start things off. They're gonna need the whole roster to take this game 7.
It's felt like 3 games, 15 minutes purely in Space Station's court, but that is all it takes to turn it around. We finally see the first goal for Falcons.
Arsenal is going to be wide, and O'Callaghan makes sure there's no rebound, but Daniel into the play as well, and the double commit there by Falcons wasn't pretty. SSG trying to keep this alive. It's Arsenal, net by TRK. Now Reynolds. Oh, that's not clean by O'Callaghan by any means. TRK taken out, but Daniel got a piece of that and played it away from Arsenal.
Oh no,
and now he's made an absolute mess of this.
Oh man, that was such a poor touch. SSG spent so many resources just trying to get that ball back out. But can they keep up the pressure? You're seeing Arsenal look for the bumps. You saw TRK try to bump Daniel. Daniel's holding on to it, but a 50 pass too. Oh, he gets bumped. He's still on top of the ball, but Reynolds will get a clear away.
TRK is managing to avoid bumps, get bumps. He's the one stepping up for Team Falcons in this game 7.
Dangerous bouncer, Ahmad in no man's land, but nobody diving in for SSG. Now Reynolds, solo effort, one to meet him. It's O'Callaghan who makes the stop.
Arsenal.
Now Daniel, the Arsenal bouncer, saved away.
Oh no, mistouch from Daniel. That ball's gonna get away from Space Station, but Reynolds will try to keep it in for now. They're doing a good job of keeping the offense up and battling against Falcons, but they can't find that final shot.
Good
Even
pass.
as much as they try, it gets away from them.
And a great read from Khaled. That saves the Falcons defense, because Space Station, they were looking close.
Power clear by Ahmad, right back once the ball came, so it's gonna be Arsenal. That one, I think, might have kissed the ceiling just a little bit, but O'Callaghan had the read. Now Reynolds can't get around Ahmad. Neither can Daniel, so Arsenal will try. He does, but TRK is waiting for him. Now Daniel gonna take it himself. Easy stop by Ahmad, and more importantly, stays with possession. Burned all his boost, but then nudged Reynolds away.
Holding on to a 1-goal lead for a minute is incredibly tough. Can they do it?
SSG still trying here. Daniel looking for the double. It's mid.
Oh, he's not there.
And Arsenal can't go for it, has to go back. Even with all this pressure, SSG still can't find the back of the net.
It's getting the moist vibe. Space Station versus Moist. It's those final moments. They're looking, they're pushing for the goal. Can they secure it? Can they get that overtime?
Arsenal, doink, and it's sent away by O'Callaghan. But a miss there in the air by Ahmad.
He's got no
so now
boost.
Daniel with nothing in the tank, and it doesn't spawn for him. So he just has to sky one up, doing what very little he can. And then the demolition coming through, and nothing there at all for SSG, down to 33 seconds.
No boost and no support.
It's so awkward here for Space Station. Final 30 seconds. They need a drive. Arsenal to Daniel.
Pass.
Daniel gets the bump.
Daniel.
It's off the post.
Oh,
no
where is he?
follow-up. Oh no! TRK trying to get it past Arsenal, but this time it'll go off to the side.
They're cursed. They're cursed, Nazareth. Is it going to happen again?
7 seconds. SSG brought it all the way to Champions Field. Was it all for naught? TRK with the stuff of his life, and Falcons are through!
For the first time in RLCS history, a very minor region team go top 3, and it is in the first season for Middle East.
Team Falcons have done it. There were so many questions coming into this event, and I'm sure those doubters have once again been silenced.
Nothing but excuses. every time. Who's in this event? Who didn't play that one? Who didn't make the trip? Now the team's here at full strength, and the fans and the support is here in the Copper Box in full strength. It is a madhouse here in London.
This will go down in history. Here at the Copper Box, it always seems to happen. We have to see that chance at Space Station at right here. It was so close. We almost had that overtime, just like in that match against Queso for Space Station. But once again, it eludes them.
It does elude them, but fortunately for them, that wasn't a lower bracket match. It was an upper bracket match. So still got one more to play today. So we'll end up seeing a little bit more Space Station later.
That's tough.
But for Falcons, they got version 1 in the winners final of this event.
I think I know who the crowd favorite's going to be in that series. Are you kidding me? This crowd with Falcons against Calm in version 1. Oh my goodness. And think about what SSG has to go through now. They go down into the lower bracket, and we've talked about how much of a sea of oblivion that is, how tumultuous the lower bracket is. Oh, by the way, who's waiting for them? Moist Esports.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Here we go again. History just continues to repeat itself.
And Mina, Falcons, previously Sandrock, have secured themselves the invite through to the World Championship.
Yes, they have.
They're going straight to the main stage. We'll have 3 Middle East and North African teams over the World
What an incredible story that is, too. I mean, not just starting at the beginning of this season. This story begins several years ago with the Middle East kind of surge into Rocket League esports and just trying to get a seat at the table, and then finally they get their opportunity. And everybody calls the fall major, for whatever reason, they call it a fluke. And instead, it is Mina going through into the upper bracket finals. We've got more from the spring major coming your way right after this.